Hey, old lady, how long are you planning to stay in this house? Just get divorced and leave already. Your old person smell is seriously annoying.
Kevin, you haven't spoken to me in months. What brought this on?
Don't you get that you're just a burden to us? It's amazing you're still living here after being ignored by me and Dad for 10 years.
Kevin, you left this morning without saying a word. What's with the sudden message? Why are you being so nasty when this is the first time you've contacted me in ages?
Whatever, you're not worth explaining things to.
I still make your meals every day. Even though you never acknowledge me, I'm still your mother.
I just checked the university acceptance announcements. I got into my first choice school and I'm feeling great. Thought I'd send you a goodbye message while I'm at it.
Getting into your first choice university is amazing. You worked really hard for this. Congratulations.
Don't act like you care now. You never helped me study.
I tried to help many times. You always refused my help and walked away.
Finally, I can live on my own. Since I'm going to a university downtown, there's no way I can commute from home, so you'll get the honor of paying for my living expenses and tuition.
What are you talking about? This was your choice. The university isn't even that far from home. You could definitely commute.
I'm not living in this house anymore. I want my own place.
If you want to live on your own, that's fine, but you'll have to pay for that yourself. That's only natural. Besides, you never even consulted me about going to university. Money doesn't just appear out of nowhere, you know. These are things we should have discussed together to see if it was feasible.
Discussed? When have you ever been worth discussing anything with?
I've tried to talk to you countless times. You chose to ignore me.
You don't get any right to refuse. You have to pay. You're the one who chose to have me, right? I never asked to be born.
That doesn't mean I have to fund every decision you make without discussion.
So now I have to suffer through life because of you? It's all your fault. You reap what you sow, so obviously you have to pay for me to live. That's all you're good for, you old hag.
Do you hear yourself? Is this how your father taught you to speak to people?
Pay for my university tuition and all my living expenses, too.
I've been paying for your high school tuition and living expenses all this time. I was lenient about high school. Compulsory education only goes through middle school, you know.
So what? That's the bare minimum.
Maybe parents have obligations until then, but after that, it's your choice. Parents aren't obligated to hold your hand and help you. Even so, I sent you to high school, and cram school too. And yet here you are, not only showing zero gratitude, but trying to throw it back in my face.
Gratitude? Don't get cocky. When have you ever done anything worth being grateful for?
I've supported you your entire life.
Your cooking sucks. You're an ugly old hag who's embarrassing to be seen with, and you're only worth the money you can make for the family.
I see your father's influence in your words.
You should be grateful we're even letting you pretend to be part of this family by letting you pay for things.
Pretend to be family? Are you saying I only get to play at being family with you both because I'm contributing money?
That's right. You yourself have no value, so your money is the only thing that matters, so at least contribute something to us.
My, what big talk you've got.
An old woman like you would be really pathetic if you got divorced and thrown out into society at your age. That's why you're so desperate to cling to us.
You seem to know a lot about divorce for someone your age.
Dad's been teaching me this entire time. He says society is harsh, that I need to go to a good university and catch a good woman.
Is that what he's been teaching you all these years?
Yeah, he warned me that otherwise I might end up trapped with a worthless woman like you, having to stay with her forever out of kindness.
So your dad's been saying those things. I see. Now I understand. You sure have a lot to say.
Yeah, poor me and Dad. Why don't you just go to hell already and free Dad and me from your dead weight?
I've made your lunches every day for 10 years without a word of thanks.
Nobody asked you to.
So you've become someone who can say such heartless things. Your thinking is quite warped, too. I'm shocked.
You're the warped one still hanging around where you're not wanted.
I never intended to chain you down. If anything, I thought I was helping you both. Even when I tried to ask you about university plans, you just kept ignoring me and wouldn't talk.
Because talking to you is pointless.
And when I tried to talk to your father about it, as usual, if he was in a bad mood, he'd just yell at me and throw things. There was no way to have a conversation. You saw all that and still took your father's side. I wonder if boys just naturally look up to that kind of behavior.
Stop talking to yourself. It's creepy. I'm not listening to your opinion, old woman.
Such strong words from someone asking for money.
I was in such a good mood and wanted to send you a message to let you know that this is goodbye, but talking to you just makes me angry. I'm gonna find an apartment for myself, so you better handle all the paperwork. Later!
If that's what you want to do, then do it yourself. I'm not going to coddle you anymore.
You'll regret this. Just wait until Dad hears about this.
I look forward to that conversation. Your mini-me's son just contacted me for the first time in ages. He got into his first choice university, apparently. Since he never once consulted me about college, I don't want anything to do with it, so you can handle everything.
Why are you messaging me? I told you not to contact me.
This concerns our son's future. We need to discuss it.
So what? Getting notifications from you is annoying.
Someone needs to handle his university expenses.
Someone? You're his mother, aren't you? You deal with it.
Being his mother doesn't make me solely responsible for his education.
All you do is cook, clean, and pay money. You barely do anything motherly, and you can't even communicate properly with your son.
I've tried communicating. You both ignore me.
At least handle the university stuff properly as his mother.
And what about you? You're not just any parent. You're his father.
I am handling my part.
Why am I the only one doing housework, earning money, and paying for living expenses? Are you doing anything fatherly at all?
What? Of course I am. You can see it, can't you?
All I see is you turning our son against me.
Don't butt in when you can't even have a proper conversation with him. I'm the one having all the conversations with him to make up for your lack of communication.
The reason he started hating me in the first place was because you kept filling his head with nonsense.
What nonsense? I only tell him the truth.
You're the one who kept looking down on me, saying I was just an old hag who can't throw her weight around.
Isn't that what you are?
Those comments piled up, and that's why he started hating me. And yet now you're saying I should just pay money? That makes no sense.
Is there anything else you can do besides paying money?
I've been running this household for years.
We're doing you a favor by giving you the one thing you can do as a mother. He's being kind too.
Kind? He just demanded money from me.
We're giving you a role to play, otherwise you'd just be a stranger to us.
I already am a stranger to you both.
It would be pretty pathetic for an old hag like you to be thrown out of the house at this age, right? And you'd be divorced too.
Is that what you tell Kevin? To keep me afraid of divorce?
We're sheltering you knowing all that, so just shut up and be grateful to us.
You both ignored me and mistreated me for the past 10 years, but I still put our son through high school as his mother.
That was your duty!
But apparently, he thinks that was just expected, and you're acting high and mighty about being a father just because you talk to him, which is the bare minimum you should be doing.
At least I can talk to him. He respects me.
I've tried not to think too hard about these past 10 years, but I've reached my limit.
We reached our limit ages ago, and we're still playing house with you.
Playing house? Is that what this marriage is to you?
Be more grateful, you worthless woman!
I see. I understand. Well then, do whatever you want.
Just pay for his university and stay quiet. That's all you need to do.
We'll see about that.
Lily, I had so much fun today. I'm so happy we could love each other so much, my precious Lily. I want to be lovey-dovey with you again soon. Can I message you again tomorrow? I'll probably be tired from work, so I want to meet you so I can get more cuddles. Goo goo gaga.
What? I think you sent this to the wrong person. Who's Lily?
Sarah, delete that message.
And what's with that weird baby talk? That's beyond creepy. It's gross.
Don't read messages that aren't for you.
You sent them to me.
No, this was just my colleague accidentally sending something.
Your colleague sent messages from your phone?
Mind your own business.
Who is Lily?
It doesn't matter who she is. My colleague just accidentally sent his wife a message.
You expect me to believe that?
Yes, because that's what happened.
That makes no sense. Why would your colleague be with you and accidentally message his wife from your phone?
These things happen.
If that's true, let me talk to this colleague of yours.
That's not necessary.
And why would your colleague be reporting to his wife about how he just had a lovely time with Lily while he was supposedly with you?
You're overthinking this.
Stop with the ridiculous excuses. You just look stupid.
What? How dare you talk to your husband like that? You better watch it, old woman.
Are you threatening me now?
This has nothing to do with you anyway.
Your affair has nothing to do with your wife?
Watch your mouth.
Maybe work on not saying it. You better watch it to your wife. Nice touch there.
I told you not to contact me, but you messaged me first today, and that's why this message got sent by mistake.
So now it's my fault you sent disgusting messages to another woman?
This is all your fault. That's why I told you not to message me.
Your signature move of turning this around on me is getting pretty pathetic.
You don't understand anything.
I really didn't need to know about your baby talk fetish.
Don't mock me.
Is that why you were unsatisfied? Because I wouldn't do that kind of role play with you?
You're twisting everything.
Either way, there's no excuse for how creepy this is.
Shut up. What's your problem?
My problem is my husband sending messages like that to someone named Lily. You're obviously having an affair.
I was in a great mood, and then talking to an old hag like you totally ruined it.
Your affair ruined your mood? How inconvenient for you.
What are you gonna do about that?
Do about what? Your affair or your ruined mood?
All you do is make snide remarks. No wonder I got sick of you.
Remember something? You're the one who contacted me, David.
You weren't supposed to see those messages.
I'm completely the victim here. You're the one doing things that deserve snide remarks.
You're no victim.
I'm the one who's sick of a grown man saying goo goo gaga.
Stop bringing that up.
When I see stuff on social media about creepy old men having affairs, I thought it was just fiction. I never expected it to happen to me. It really is revolting.
You're just jealous.
I never imagined my own husband would be sending such disgusting messages.
At least she appreciates me.
I'm shocked, but now I have all the pieces of the puzzle.
You've been running your mouth long enough. I'm divorcing you.
Finally showing your true colors.
Sign the divorce papers.
Oh, how convenient! I was just about to say the same thing.
What did you say?
You act so high and mighty, and obviously you want to divorce me, right? So you'll sign them, won't you?
Don't act smug.
You're not going to make any problems, are you? Of course you'll divorce me, won't you?
You don't get to make demands.
You said it first. After all, you have your beloved Lily, don't you?
Leave her out of this.
So don't make a fuss and just sign the divorce papers.
You'll regret this.
I already have screenshots of everything.
Hey, when are you gonna deposit the university enrollment fee? I told you to pay the tuition, you old hag! Hurry up!
Huh. Oh my, who might this be?
Stop playing dumb, the deadline is coming up!
I really don't know who this is.
Ah, have you finally lost it? Did the shock of divorcing Dad give you dementia?
I've divorced your father and cut ties with my former son.
What are you talking about?
I don't know why you're contacting me, but if you need help, go ask your beloved father.
He already said he won't pay.
Well, goodbye then.
Wait, what? Hold on!
Yes?
You're still my mother, aren't you?
Am I?
Of course you have to pay money for your son.
Why should I?
Because you're my mother!
Why do you think I would pay anything for you?
Because that's what mothers do!
There are plenty of people in this world who never went to university, and it's not the only path to becoming a respectable adult.
But I got accepted! I earned this!
You decided on your own that you're going to university, but that has nothing to do with me.
It has everything to do with you!
Whether you go to university or not is completely irrelevant to me.
You can't just stop being my mother!
If you made the decision yourself, figure it out yourself.
What? What kind of mother are you?
I originally intended to be one, and I even sent you through high school, so you have nothing to complain about.
That's different! This is university!
High school was actually extra. I didn't have to do that, but you seem to think it was just expected.
You're supposed to support your children!
But I'm not your mother anymore, so you'll have to go to university on your own 2 feet.
Don't mess with me! You get divorced on your own accord and then refuse to pay for my university fees? What's wrong with you?
Your father chose to end our marriage.
You're a complete failure as a mother!
Yes, that's right. Say whatever you want.
You can't just abandon me like this!
But you know, the world isn't that sweet. Nobody wants to stick around someone who acts all high and mighty but is actually powerless and only talks big.
I'm not powerless!
What goes around comes around. Your actions will come back to you.
Are you trying to teach me a lesson or something?
I've been working desperately to earn money and quietly paying for everything for your sake, but that's over now.
You can't just stop!
Work has been so busy that I've been trying not to think too deeply about the situation with you both and have just been getting by. But I'm done with that now.
This isn't fair!
You told me to hurry up and get divorced and leave, didn't you? So that's exactly what I did.
Even so, what about my tuition?
I told you I don't care.
But what am I supposed to do?
I tried to talk about this with you many times, but you ignored me. And now you suddenly demand money?
Because I need it now!
Don't get ahead of yourself. You're just a powerless kid who can't do anything without my money. Stop looking down on adults.
What did you say? You're my mother, so of course you should do this much!
Being a mother doesn't mean being your ATM.
Other mothers help their kids!
If that's true, then everyone in the world should be going to university, shouldn't they?
What are you talking about?
After all, everyone has a mother and father. They can't be born without them.
This isn't about other people!
So why are there so many people working with just a high school diploma? Are you saying all their parents failed in their parental duties?
That's different!
Well, if you said that in public, you'd be the one getting criticized.
I don't care what others think!
And at this rate, you'll be the one stuck with just a high school diploma, so you're only hurting yourself.
That's why I'm going to university!
With what money?
That's why I'm telling you to give me the money!
Did you really go to high school?
What's that supposed to mean?
Because you really don't seem to be understanding anything I say.
I understand perfectly!
When you ask someone for something, nobody will listen if you have that kind of attitude.
I'm not asking, I'm telling you!
Or did you think that just because I gave birth to you, I'd agree to whatever you say?
That's how it's supposed to work?
You're trying to rely on your mother with that attitude? Your words and actions are completely childish.
Then is Dad gonna pay? I was told you're in charge of money.
Oh, now you want to discuss your father.
Dad said he won't pay for this stuff. He said he's strict about these things.
Oh, so Mom is kind and spoils you, so she's in charge of money.
That's how it's always been.
I've been handling not just money, but all the housework too.
That's your job!
When there were school events for parents to attend, I was the only one who handled those.
Nobody asked you to!
That man didn't do anything as a father, and instead was off fooling around with other women.
He's a man, so of course he'll have other women!
Oh, really? How shocking.
That's normal!
Well, you can watch what happens now. Watch how a man who only satisfied his own desires falls from grace.
Don't talk about Dad like that!
At this rate, you'll follow the same path as your father. But whether you take this as a cautionary tale or experience it yourself is your choice to make.
I don't need your lectures!
That's my final lesson to you.
Hey, wait! Just pay the money, that's all I need!
You can only say such childish things because you don't know how hard it is to earn money.
I know it's hard, that's why you should help me!
What benefit would I get from continuing to pay for you?
Because I'm your son!
Not only will I not pay, I'm going to make sure I get proper compensation from your father.
You can't do this!
From now on, handle your own affairs. Learn just how incompetent, powerless, and ignorant you are, and start over from rock bottom.
You'll regret this!
Goodbye, Kevin. Afterward, I agreed not to show Kevin the screenshots of his father's creepy messages in exchange for getting a proper divorce settlement from my ex-husband. It wasn't just the goo-goo gaga messages. I had evidence of years of his infidelity that he definitely didn't want being shown in divorce court. The settlement negotiations were surprisingly quick after that. After the divorce, I blocked Kevin's messages and moved away so he couldn't come asking me for help anymore. Word has it that Kevin ultimately couldn't go to university, and my ex-husband's life became quite difficult after paying the divorce settlement. The last I heard, he had to move to a smaller apartment, and Lily left him shortly after. Apparently, she was more interested in him when he had money to spend on her. Kevin ended up having to look for work with just a high school diploma, and through working hard every day to make ends meet, I heard that he finally realized how much I had been supporting him all along and changed his attitude. Some mutual acquaintances have told me he's been asking about me, trying to find out where I moved to. They say he wants to apologize, but honestly, I'm not interested. 10 years of silent treatment and abuse can't be erased with a simple sorry. I've started a new life in a different city. I have a nice apartment, good colleagues, and, for the first time in years, I can spend my money on myself instead of ungrateful family members. Sometimes I see mothers with their sons on the street, and I feel a twinge of what could have been. But honestly, that's all completely irrelevant to me now. The peace I've found in my new life is worth more than any family that only valued me for my wallet.